beautiful, beautiful babes. Welcome to the Brittany Renee experience. I am Brittany Renee, your host, and I am so excited to welcome you in today to this episode. We are going to drop deeply into some activation for 2024. This year is going to be an 8 year, which is that beautiful infinity symbol of abundance, flow, femininity, money. This is where your dreams get to actually come into your fabricated reality. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to just open up a space around you for on replay. If you're here live, I want you to just sit in this space of stillness during this episode. If you're driving while you're listening, that's okay. You can always come back and listen again. But we're going to really drop in and tune into our bodies because this year is deeply asking us to follow our body's guidance and our body's intuition. So go ahead and close your eyes if you can. Let's take a big breath in together and release. Good. Another big belly breath in and release. One more big, big breath all the way to the bottom of your belly. Hold it. Breathe a little bit more in and release. We're going to ask to create a safe and sacred space around each and every soul who frequents this video, this audio with us, whether live or on replay. We're going to compassionately disinvite any and all energies, entities, lies, thoughts, illusions, perversions, or deceptions which no longer serve us. We're going to collapse out any paradigms, timelines, or versions of self which are no longer resonant. We're going to call all of our power, energy, and essence cleaned, cleared, and purified back home through whatever center is best available. We're also going to ask to magnetize to the timeline that is for the highest and greatest good at this time, wrapping that timeline in golden magnetic energy that has a matching magnet to your heart space. Your heart is going to guide you to that highest timeline. We're going to ask to clear the grid spaces below, to the left, to the right, above, in front, and behind. And we're going to cut and clear any and all cords and connections this time. We're going to command sovereignty at a cellular and DNA level. Beautiful. Take a breath in. We release anything that is no longer serving us. Anything latching, siphoning, or attaching to us is now removed as we command sovereignty at a cellular and DNA level. We're going to rise to the 144th dimension, placing 144,000 layers of mirrored protection around us. We ask these mirrors to be invoked with platinum codes and rune bindings of protection, Christ code, as well as codes of remembrance. We turn on our light bodies. We activate any dormant DNA at this time, bringing in rainbow and crystalline DNA structures where they can be at this time, upgrading our conscious, unconscious, subconscious, superconscious mind. We just say this wheeling container is now set and sealed for the highest and greatest good. So it is. Beautiful, beautiful light beams. All right. We're going to do a little bit of work between some clearing. I'm going to use some light language. If you have never used light language or heard light language before, just receive with what feels resonant. It is a code, a language, a channel that comes through for activation and healing. It is all for highest and greatest good purposes only. For those of you who have never done this sort of work or who might be new to clearing or working with me, I just want to remind you that when you get into your body, when you start connecting that higher self and that soul to your human, it is super, super normal for you to feel a little airy, a little lightheaded, a little dizzy, for you to see things or hear things that you may not be used to, or you might have never noticed in this way before. So you cannot mess this up. You are perfectly, perfectly on your own path, and everyone is going to have their own experience. That's why I named this the Brittany Renee experience, because you are on your own experience, and I am bringing other souls to share their experiences. So your experience is perfect. You cannot mess it up. All right, let's talk about 2024, and we're going to kind of go through guiding into our bodies as we're doing this. So 2023 was a year of transformation. Many of us were in expansion while also in death and rebirth. And so there was this very wide stretch of duality and polarities that we were navigating on a pretty consistent basis. There were also many people starting to really come online this year. So if this is you, then you may have been really experiencing what you hear people say are ascension symptoms, having dreams that then are coming true, having those premonitionary feelings that then you're like, oh, wow, that's what I just thought of. Your psychic intuitive gifts, all of your clairs starting to activate, starting to look at the world around you and realize there's so much more than what we're programmed to believe is here. So, no matter where you are on the scale, I just want to celebrate you that you have made it. We are walking into 2024 with a renewed vision and sense of self. And this year is going to be the year that all of the seeds you've been planting and that many of our tears this past year, few years, have been watering are actually starting to bloom and blossom. So it's a very beautiful year. And so I'm very excited to guide you into some visualization and some activation for 2024. Okay, the first thing I want to do is we're going to drop back in. We're going to come in and out of listening and kind of reflecting into the year and coming into your body more and pulling that spirit more into your body. So for a moment, I want you to just get comfortable. We're going to do some visualization. Just find your breath at a steady pace. Find something to focus on if your mind is getting squirrely, maybe the air conditioning, maybe just hearing your breathing as you take a big breath in, big breath out. You are safe to be in your body. You are safe to expand into your visions. Now, I want you to go ahead and open up a portal way in front of you. You might see a certain color. I'm seeing a lot of white platinum. I'm also seeing blues and beautiful greens and rainbow. So we're going to open this portal way in front of you. This portal way is going to be the access point for you to step into curating and witnessing 2024. When that portal is activated and ready, I want you to go ahead and stretch it and make it wider so you can walk through this portal. And when it's ready, I want you to go ahead and just step into it. And as you step in, you might feel your energy move. We're going to go ahead and take you through the vision of 2024, and we're going to allow your mind to start to place some curated events along the way. Take a breath in. We ask to open up the sphere of 2024 to our vision through all layers of our consciousness, through our third eye, denouncing any backlash, interference, and any upper limiting, any self-sabotage, any belief systems or programs which are no longer resonant. We're going to collapse those out and bring you into limitlessness. Big breath in. Breathe out. As this portal way now starts to dissipate, the smoke, the circling, the whirling starts to stop and slow down and dissipate around you. You're going to see the year ahead. We're going to start in January, February, March, these first 90 days. I want you to go ahead and set some intention while we're here. You may be seeing already some things that are coming, and just allow those to be. If there's anything you're witnessing that you're not really loving, you can go ahead now and ask your higher self and your spirit teams to go ahead and remove those blocks, to choose a higher path. What would feel better? And also, this is the moment when I want you to set some intention. I want you to curate this reality that is the reality you're stepping into in these first 90 days. I want you to go ahead and place your intention or events. Be very specific and notice where you're blocking. If you're like, I want $5,000 in these next 3 months, but you actually are only telling yourself, well, I want 1,500 because I know I can make that. I'm going to invite you to stretch and actually say, I want the 5,000. You're going to notice where your belief systems and where your ego or where your programming may come in, where your blocks might pop up. Just let's work to push through those. What are you financially hoping for in these first 90 days? What are you spiritually hoping for in these next 90 days? And what are you hoping in the grand realm of your world to start to orbit in? Whatever is dropping in for you, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that we're going to now move from hoping to knowing. Feel that shift in your body. Everything you're placing, everything that you're putting in your intention, we're now going to drop that in your body into a full knowing. So take a deep breath in as you receive everything you're placing as a, I know this is coming. Big breath in. Let it land as you exhale. Take note and just witness in your body where you might be holding resistance, where there might be tension or tightness, what your mind might be telling you. And just ask if those can be moved at this time. And if they cannot, we're going to call a third order guide team to assist in a rapid removal of these, preferably in the next 72 hours. I want you to speak some affirmations with me. Take a breath in. I want you to say, my success is inevitable. Notice how it feels in your body. My success is inevitable. One more time in that deep knowing. My success is inevitable. Beautiful. You need to pause this to keep curating or moving or dropping in. This is the time. Because now we're going to go into the next 3 months, April, May, and June, coming into spring energy. Take a moment to just project into the timeline ahead of you, see what's coming, move what you need, and start to place even more seeds of intention, purposefully curated pieces into your reality, and get as specific as you can. Spring is all about the blooming of new, coming out of that winter, coming into the sun. This is also the time of deep illumination of things and shadows that may have been set with those previous few months. What shadows are no longer going to be dense or dark for you? What shadows are going to be held, witnessed, and loved? Knowing that with darkness is how we know light. Knowing that the depths that we go into our own inner shadow and darkness are also equally the highs that we get to experience in the light within source, universe, and God energy. Breathe. What magic is curated for this spring? Are there any codes that are ready to activate to usher in this magic? If so, we're going to flip those codes online, invert any codes that are discordant or inverted. We're going to place all of your coding in the correct direction in your light body. We're going to do some activation with light language here. So take a breath in. You might find your hand on your heart, on your belly. You might find yourself tapping certain places or moving in a certain way. Trust your body. You are safe. Big breath in. We're going to activate any dormant codes to lead us to this magic that is going to unfold effortlessly and quickly, rapidly by springtime. Ela untukaya hai. Jela untukaya hai. Zentukaya untukaya. Brutukaya unosanaya. Jamutukaya unosanaya hai. Good. Breathe. And release. We activate the remembrance that every desire that we have can be ours as we call it into our heart space. our mind, our conscious, unconscious, subconscious, super conscious mind, and we ground it into our reality now. Yela untuk kaya hai, jet kaya uno sanaya hai, yela untuk kaya, yet kaya untuk kaya hai, yela untuk kaya. Breathe. Release with sound. Beautiful. And just notice what your body is feeling, where your mind is at. We're going to now come into July. Coming through the spring, we're coming into that summer energy. We just went through January, February, March, April, May, June. We're coming into July, August, and September. Those beautiful long summer energies. This is energetically showing for the collective as we are riding the waves of favor, the waves of miracle. And we have that breath that we've been searching for the last few years. We're waking up feeling rejuvenated, refreshed, enlightened, grounded, connected, and so sure that everything up to this point has been our training, has led us into this space. We're so aware that we never messed up, that we are so perfectly, perfectly placed in our mission, in our miracle, in our favor. Remember to breathe as you're in this witness and just view the summer and start to curate intention for the summer. 2024 summer feels like effortless momentum, movement that is pleasureful, purpose-driven, mission-driven. We're going to ask that any codes to activate this as well start to come online. Big breath in. Beautiful. And now we're going to come through the summer because there's so much momentum this summer. There's so much movement and it's so soft and so beautiful. We're going to round back into the end of 2024. If you need to pause to keep curating summer, this is the time. For those of you who are ready, we're going to step into the visualization and the curation of October, November, and December. I want you to just witness again what's here, what you see, hear, and feel. And start to plant your seeds of curation where you would like, shifting the timelines and reworking pieces that aren't what you want them to be, shifting the energetics, remembering you are a powerful creator of your reality. What is this time coming back into that winter, falling into the hibernation, the introspection? Breathe into that space. This is also a point in the timeline that you can turn around and look at the year. What have you placed? What have you shifted? What have you curated? What have you manifested? What have you dropped into? What have you expanded into? What have you released and you no longer even attached to because it just didn't serve you? I want you to feel how deeply you know yourself these last 90 days of 2024. You can place your hand on your heart. We're going to drop into gratitude. Gratitude that we stepped into this space with so much intention. Gratitude that we have curated our life to be magical and effortless, pleasureful, abundant, and joyful. Find that gratitude in your heart and let it radiate throughout your body. Big breath in. Hold. Release as you drop into that inner knowing. And if you need more time in this space, this is the time to pause. For those who are ready, we're going to open up the portal way once more, letting that beautiful energy swirl and bring you back into the here and now, back into your body. Big breath in as you step into the portal, carrying all of the codes and knowledge and expansion back into the timeline now. Breathe in and out. Start to move your body, start to come back into this current time-space dimension. You can roll your wrists, move your fingers, sway your body, roll your head and your neck. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back into the here and now. How magical was that? 2024 is going to be this year of flow. When you see the number 8, which is the year that we are, you're going to see this beautiful infinity symbol, and it just keeps moving and it keeps going. And I want to remind you that as you're stepping into 2024 and you're stepping into these spaces that you just so deeply set in and you curated more intention, you can come back into this visualization at any point. You can step into your timeline and jump into your timeline to shift the timeline as well. Always come into these spaces with the remembrance that you are a powerful creator. And if anything that I can have you remember going into 2024, it is always working out for you. When you are getting rerouted, that is spirit telling you, babe, I have something better. When you are trying so hard to fit into a box that you're actually realizing you don't fit into anymore, I'm going to invite you to allow that box to collapse and ask for the more expanded vision and version so you can step into that. And I'm also going to remind you that this is the year that is going to be in constant movement. The element of water is very much here this year. So utilize water, whether it's staying completely hydrated all the time, because that's good for you no matter what, but also calling water into your energy field, into your experiences, calling it deeper into your timeline, allowing water to wash away all that is not resonant and to wash and pull in, wash over you, this activation of deeper codes, of remembrance of who you are and why you're here. I love you guys so much. And this has been an incredible few months together on the Brittany Renee experience. And I am super, super, super ready for what 2024 has with the guests that are coming on, with the activations that I will be bringing. If you are new to my show or to the network, welcome. I am so glad you're here. I see you and I witness you in all of your magic. And I'm here to remind you all the time that you are the greatest and most magical curator and writer and author of your story. This stage, this world, this life is yours. So, what character are you choosing to step in and show up as today, tomorrow, and for 2024? For those of you that are new, if you've enjoyed this, please join us here on the Conscious Awakening Network. Subscribe below. And also you can get notifications for the Brittany Renee experience if you would like. If you would like to learn more about me or how to work with me, if this was super activating and you want more of these, I have activations for sale in my store and on my website and on my Linktree. You guys can find me at thebrittanyrenee.com. If you're looking for more support, I have a Haven membership as well, and I'm offering 1 month free. You can find that again through the website or on any of my socials. Link with me on Instagram at the Brittany Renee and on TikTok at thatbabeb. I love you guys so much. We're going to go ahead and close this container out and just sending so much favor and effortless abundance, joy, ease, and pleasure into each of our timelines. Close your eyes with me. Big breath in. Good. We ask to come into our bodies even deeper, dropping our highest selves even more into our human selves. We're going to ask to collapse out timelines that no longer serve us and continually magnetize us into that timeline that is the golden timeline for the highest and greatest good. Continually calling all of our power, energy, essence, and tendrils back home, clean, cleared, upgraded, and purified. We ask for sovereignty to reign throughout this time, space, dimension. We're going to unplug from each other and return back to our individual time, space, dimension, and frequency that is of highest availability at this time. We are denouncing all interference and backlash through all time, space, dimension, backwards and forwards 10 times, keeping us in that highest, most divine, sovereign, and protected timeline and container at all times, pouring favor and miracle energy into our spaces, minds, bodies, souls, and spirits. We just say this wheel and container is now set and sealed for the highest and greatest good, covering this container with 33 layers of invisibility from anything dark, dense, stagnant, or trying to come through any gateway, portal way that is not of sovereignty. We just say this wheel and container is now set and sealed for the highest and greatest good. Gratitude from my heart to yours. Namaste. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. I love you so much, Light Beam. I will see you next week. Bye.